They said she danced in the fire. Every full moon, just past midnight, in a forgotten Nigerian town called Umuwaka, the market square would go eerily quiet. The wind would hush, the animals would go still, even the leaves dared not rustle. But if you listened carefully, you'd hear it. The faint echo of drums, soft at first, like a memory, then a melody, a flute playing a tune that no one alive remembered. And then, the footsteps. She came barefoot, always barefoot. A young woman, no older than 25, wrapped in a long red cloth that shimmered like blood under moonlight. Her face veiled, her body weightless, her presence impossible. She would emerge from the shadows and begin to dance, around a fire that wasn't there a second ago. A fire that no one ever lit, flames that crackled without wood, danced without heat, and never left a trace behind. Her movements were mesmerizing, fluid, precise, and full of sorrow. She twirled, leapt, and floated like smoke across the ground. The way her arms sliced through the air was both elegant and terrifying. No one knew her name, but they called her the Flame Bride. The elders said she had once been a real woman, wrongly accused of witchcraft by jealous villagers, dragged into the square, beaten, tied to a post, and burned. Her screams, they said, echoed for 7 nights. No body was ever found, only ashes and silence. From that year on, strange things happened every full moon. Lights flickered, water turned black, and the dancing started. At first, people watched from windows. Then, out of fear, they locked their doors and whispered prayers. But curiosity always finds a vessel. His name was Ebuka, a final-year university student visiting his grandmother. He didn't believe in ghost stories. His mind was sharpened by science, logic, and skepticism. That night, while the town slept, Ebuka heard the music, the soft drums and distant flute. He stepped outside. The air was still, the sky cloudless, and in the center of the square, the fire burned. She was there, dancing, and something about her felt heartbreakingly human. Ebuka was drawn in, like a moth to flame. He crept closer, past the boundaries others feared to cross. She moved faster now, as if she could sense him. Her veil fluttered, her red cloth rippled like it was underwater. Then she stopped.
Suddenly, she turned, and the music died. Ebuka froze. Her face was no longer veiled. But what he saw, he never spoke of again. Her eyes were empty, hollow like 2 black mirrors. Her lips were sewn shut, and where her heart should have been, there was a pulsing glow, like an ember struggling to stay alive. She lifted one hand toward him, a hand not made of flesh, but of fire and shadow. When her fingers touched his chest, his breath hitched, his knees buckled, and his shadow began to detach. Yes, his actual shadow. It peeled away from his feet, his spine, his soul. It stood beside him for a moment. Then, like smoke, she inhaled it. Ebuka collapsed, eyes wide, still alive, but hollow. His grandmother found him the next morning, staring blankly at the ceiling. Alive, but without laughter, without memories, without light. All that remained in the market square was a strip of red cloth, still warm. Since that night, the town declared silence every full moon. No lights, no music, no movement, just prayers. But every so often, someone hears the melody. A traveler, a child, a non-believer, and they follow it. They say she dances still, not for vengeance, but for company, because death, even when earned unjustly, is lonely, and shadows are her only comfort. So if you ever find yourself in Umuwaka on a moonlit night, and you hear drums with no source, flutes with no breath, footsteps with no body. Don't look. Don't listen. Don't follow. Because she doesn't want to dance alone anymore. If this story left you breathless, don't scroll away. Hit subscribe, drop a comment about the scariest story you've ever heard, and share this with someone who says they don't believe in ghosts. Turning Tales brings the shadows to light every single night. Thank you.